Good afternoon, everyone. It's Barry. I'm the co-host. Hey, everyone. It's Barry. I'm the co-host of Thrillgeek podcast, and welcome to Thrillgeek Live from Disney's Hollywood Studios. I'm going to take a little lap around the park here and see what it's like here right now at Disney's Hollywood Studios. I am at the front of the park. It is definitely less busy here today than it has been the last few days. We were here on Friday, and it was definitely slammed on Friday here at the park. Of course, it was a holiday weekend. A lot of kids were out of school. So we're making our way through here. Up Hollywood Boulevard. One of the things new that you will see throughout the park is some new face covering signage. Besides the previous ones that we've seen, just telling you about face coverings and how you can drink. These are new. Guests not properly wearing an approved mask will be asked to leave. One thing we've noticed the last couple of weeks is the mask enforcement has gone up dramatically at the parks. It was pretty good to begin with, but they are being super strict about it now. Especially if anybody who doesn't have their mask on properly. If you haven't stopped to drink or eat the proper way, if you try to take a picture without a mask on, they will stop you. And they will be firm with you. And we're out in front of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and you can see this big giant queue they have out here. This has become pretty commonplace now. With Mickey and Minnie. I haven't waited in this. I hope I don't ever have to wait in that. Because, one of the reasons these queues are out here, just you have all the social distancing. The rides are not running at the same capacity that they used to run due to physical distancing. The parks are, according to CEO Bob Chapek, they are running at 25% capacity, which is still a lot of people. If a park's full capacity, is 60,000 people, then there's still going to be 15,000 people in the park. And with the way the queues are, and with less capacity on the attractions, it's going to feel busier than probably it normally would. And unfortunately, even though it's October here, hold on one second, they have changed the announcement too. So the announcement that goes off about every 10-15 minutes about masks, Lacey says if you do not comply, you will be asked to leave. So and if you could hear that lady, that cast member was just saying something to someone. So we're going to head over to Toy Story Land. And as you can see, we got the Slinky Dog Dash end of the line here. And it says it's a 60-minute wait, which used to be, if the line came all the way back here, you'd be looking at a 3-hour wait. But that gives you an idea of social distancing and how spread out the queues are. So we make our way through here.
Welcome, new toys. Hope you've got fresh batteries, as playtime here goes on and on and on.
There's Woody. They are still working on the new restaurant. Here's where the entrance will be. All you can really see is the building in the back. Not exactly themed to anything at the moment. So same way, here's the end of the line for Toy Story Mania. Even though the line's all the way out here, it is a 40-minute wait. I really think with the lines extending out into the streets, unfortunately, like they have to, it makes it feel even busier than it actually is. These wait times would be a lot more back, remember the olden days? Back in early March. Unfortunately, Woody's lunchbox still has not reopened. Pretty much your only option right now is a drink and snack cart, which usually always has a line. Like I said, we were here on Friday. A lot less busier here today than it was on Friday. I don't know if anybody has any questions. They're not really showing up on my screen. If you did have a question, we usually will get back to it later. And to give you an idea, Alien Swirling Saucers is only a 15-minute wait. The other day when we were here on Friday, the queue actually went back into here. And you can see the markers on the ground where it can go all the way. They will actually block off one side here of the entrance into Galaxy's Edge. Which, shock, surprise, we're going into Galaxy's Edge. You can see the PhotoPass photographer here. They've been starting to use this area as a PhotoPass area. I mean, it is a pretty backdrop. So. And they have an area where people can line up, so. And this is usually a quieter area of Galaxy's Edge. Let's work our way around this way. See if anybody's out and about right now. There are some, there's some stormtroopers. This has pretty much been the area where characters are usually out because they have all these catwalks up here, up on the balcony there. As far as restrictions, they're pretty much the same. You still have to get a reservation to get into the parks. You still have to wear a mask. You still have to be stopped and off to the side to eat or drink anything. All the queues are still socially distanced. Rides of the Resistance, you still have to get a boarding group, which even though there may be less people in the park, it is actually at times become harder to get a boarding group because obviously Rides is running at a lower capacity. Because if you have a party of one, you're going to get that 8 seat vehicle all by yourself. They have been testing. They have had a test vehicle out with a plexiglass divider between the front and the back seats. We'll see if that ends up passing the test, and they end up keeping it, and that would obviously greatly expand the capacity on the attraction. Yeah, pretty much all the same restrictions are in place. Nothing has changed. And you know, we've discussed this on our podcast before, that we don't see this changing anytime soon. Yes, you still have to book reservations for the parks for specific days. They do sell out. Obviously, if you're staying at a Disney resort, you get priority. Those spaces usually tend to take up longer. Hollywood Studios is always the one that sells out the fastest and the most days. Epcot is usually available most days, except for Saturdays is usually when it'll sell out. And then it usually goes Hollywood Studios is the hardest to get. Then it's sort of a toss between Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom. And then Epcot's the easiest park to get. Pretty much, not much has changed here. Fortunately, the Rebel carts here sell the Rebel merchandise. I don't think have ever reopened since the park is reopened. I know they are selling that merchandise at other locations. We're going to head over to the marketplace and then to the Millennium Falcon to sort of wrap this up this afternoon. Sorry if I'm not seeing your question. It is hard for me to see the screen with the bright sunlight. Because even though it's technically fall, it's still summer here in Florida. Just the sun sets a little earlier. They do have a relaxation station over here where you can sit down and take your mask off. That's been there pretty much the entire time. You do have to queue to get into the marketplace because they can only let a certain amount of people in at a time. Yeah, especially when it's busy. If you come here first thing in the morning, usually you don't have to queue up, or at the end of the night, it's usually not too busy. So, we'll make our way through the rest of Galaxy's Edge. More stormtroopers. One thing that has reopened, I guess a few weeks ago, is Savi's, the Lightsaber building experience, has reopened. And you are able to build your own custom lightsaber again, which is nice. One thing that has changed is Ronto Roasters is closes, I believe, around 2 or 3 o'clock now. But you can still get your Ronto wrap at Docking Bay 7. So that's nice. That's those of us, Thrillgeek and follow us, that is our favorite, probably our favorite snack food at Disney World. And still have to place a mobile order. And of course, walk into our favorite view, one of our favorite views at Disney World. Definitely our favorite view in all of Galaxy's Edge. A little bit of the Millennium Falcon. She has a 60-minute wait. Another thing with this attraction, the cockpit holds 6 people. They're only going to let the amount that's in your group. So whether you have 1 or 3, it's all that's going to be there. They are still doing photo pass here sometimes. So head over here and wrap it up. Head over to the first order section of Galaxy's Edge and wrap up this live stream. Like I said, if we didn't answer any of your questions, we usually will go back through the comments and answer them. Or if Clint's on, he'll answer them. But yeah, the line for Smuggler's Run comes all the way back here. The milk stand is open. You have to mobile order there too. So, yep, there's the end of the line. First Order's supply store is open. That usually isn't open first thing in the morning, but it does eventually open. So I think that is it. I'm gonna wrap up this. God, I can't see because of the sun. There we go. So that's it from Disney's Hollywood Studios. We hope you enjoyed our little update today for Thrillgeek Live. Remember to follow and like us right here. Follow and like us on Facebook. Remember, we are at Thrillgeek on Twitter and Instagram. YouTube.com/Thrillgeek. Please like and follow subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got a bunch of new videos up there, and we always post the Thrillgeek Lives there if you want to watch it again. Thrillgeek.com for the latest in theme park and pop culture news. And of course, be sure you listen to the Thrillgeek podcast. Where if you can get a podcast, you can get the Thrillgeek podcast. So that's it from Disney's Hollywood Studios, right here in Galaxy's Edge. We hope you enjoyed this Thrillgeek Live, and please stay safe, and we'll see you in the parks.